Hey everyone, I'm doing an impromptu video today because I kind of want everybody's been talking about this whole Pewdipie situation, how he's just like everybody's just like in shock and awe and all this other weird shit. And this is kind of what I wanted to say on this point. When will we ever learn that we know other white folks and other races say the N word? Like, I don't understand why this is like new news to motherfuckers, but we all know that. We know everyone says the N word. We're not gonna sit here and say that. You may not like some of them think it, which is the smartest thing to do. Some of them say it in the privacy of their own home or around their friends. Like, let's just be real here, because if we're gonna talk about the N word, motherfuckers need to talk about the black people who allow white people to do that, because some black people will allow white people to say it, and then there are some that won't. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's fairly different. But it's like the white people that I know who end up actually saying it are ones who actually end up gangbanging and selling drugs with the rest of the Negroes in the hood. So because it's like they've been around it, all they do is hang out with black people, all they do is do all that, but some of them have learned never to just say it. It's not in their vocabulary. And then there are some that are actually allowed to say it, which I always thought was odd. Some people allow them to say it, others do. And that's just in different hoods. So niggas in different hoods from different states would probably be fighting over dumb shit like that. And then you got to think about it like, of course we know they all say it. Now, in my opinion, I allow any other ethnicity to say it. Now, not just black. Asians, I feel like Asians can say it. Latinos, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, I feel like they have every right to say it because they're basically black natives. They basically black, like, and they are, like, if motherfuckers really read their history and shit. And Asians, I really don't mind because they deal with the same thing. It's just a lot of people see like the American whitewashed Asians. That's where a lot of people see. They don't actually see the ones that actually know they deal with the same racism as any other black person. Trust me, it's not no different. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have preconceived notions of every other race because what we see on TV, and then the negative connotation of each race. Same thing with black people. There are a lot of generalizations that we make of human beings that are actually true because we see it way more often than a lot of people do see the other one. So we just like, oh, okay, if everyone's saying it, then it's all real. Like, no, there are white people who do this, and there are white people who don't do that. Like, you have to be able to see both spectrums. I have. So it's not like I'm sitting here agreeing with any fucking race saying it because I feel like it's stupid. But I end up saying it because it's just a natural occurrence to say that, and I'll say it to any color because it's just I don't fucking care. And but I put the ER on it and I say that to ignorant motherfuckers, but I don't say that to any other race. I say that to black folks because niggers really need to understand what the fucking difference is. Not just that, if we as black people are going to say it, then you niggers need to understand, like, y'all need to get y'all life together and get y'all shit together before even speaking on anything racial. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, when the fuck did, you know what I'm saying, we have, like, thugs now wanting to fucking protest? Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. That's just another way for them to cause fucking ruckus, and everyone knows this. So, I don't understand that. That shit's stupid. Because that's real. Everyone knows that they're just protesting because they know they can do stupid ass shit. They don't give a fuck about nobody dying. Hasn't anybody figured that out? Like, and then there's tons of people who just don't care. Motherfuckers got bills to pay, kids to feed, all this other shit, but people, it's fucking it up for everybody because ain't nobody, there's tons of us who don't give a fuck. Like, we don't have time for that. We have bills to play, we have shit to do, we have other things to fucking worry about. Some of us ain't trying to die. Like, let's just, I just don't get that shit. But the N word of white people saying it, they're still gonna say it, and they're gonna keep saying it as long as it's in our music, as long as it's gonna be on national TV and using the connotation of how many fucking black people say it, and then ain't nobody really, and then you'll see comments of people fighting and all these white kids and all this other stuff around their white friends saying the word. Like, I don't understand. Like, the shit happens. It happens all the time, but no one's checking nobody because half of you people don't really fucking care because everyone's narcissistic enough to pay attention to worry about their damn selves and then worry about the next person. It's just they'll do that if that person is around them, or they feel like that's their way of releasing something because they want to prove how strong and big and bad they are, because that's exactly what people do. They love You know, that's the whole thing. It's just somebody wants to fit in. So it's like you can either be with the group or you could be a hater. It's better to be a hater because you can have something to argue about. Like people like to do that, and because people don't have people don't have shit else to do with their lives, but everyone takes everything online so fucking serious, and all this other shit. Like everyone's super shocked. They just wanted to monetize nigga that he already has enough money, and if motherfuckers didn't like him, then why do you allow your children and everyone else to watch this nigga? I don't understand. Like y'all allowing people to watch him, and that's why he got popular. If nobody was watching him, nobody would fucking care, and he would already lose everything. He's not losing nothing. Like there ain't no different. All these YouTubers, a lot of these ones who make a lot of money, I don't even half of them shouldn't even be there because I feel like they're just useless waste of nothing. I feel like it's just corny now, and it's just like they have nothing else better to do, and no matter what, they're always going to get the views. So this is why I'm like, and a lot of them, I don't watch KSI, I don't watch Rice Gum. Sure as fuck didn't know who the fuck Jake Paul was, or none of them. I don't watch those type of people because I feel like they're not human anymore. Like you make so much money that you're not you anymore. You're never going to be you anymore, and I'd rather not watch those type of people. I mean, there's like DMB Entertainment or DMB ENT. You know what I'm saying? Brandon and D. I'm Dante. XXX Young Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Real Rejects, Wow Presents, Just Kidding News. Like I watch people who like they have enough money, but they all are actually still human and they are willing to speak their mind. You know, I know some of them is like really tread lightly, which I don't like. I feel like you shouldn't have to tread lightly. Fuck who anybody. People gonna watch you regardless. So why sit here and stumble over words? And I'm sorry, I'm Dante. I know it's odd, but I feel like you don't speak your truth. You're not allowing yourself to do that because you feel like you don't want to have to deal with the hate. Like you're always tiptoeing over certain stuff, and I just feel like you don't need to do that. I feel like you need to be real and be honest and not give a fuck because people are going to watch you still. People are still going to care. And this is what I want from people. I want people to understand, like, no matter how many YouTube videos you make, people are going to understand because as long as you're real and honest, then there are going to be people who are always going to gravitate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just like, why sitting here and lying about shit for no reason? People who have the money don't want to ever really, really expose themselves because they already know people are going to look at them different. But they're going to have the people they're always around look at them different. I could give a fuck less about these rappers' money or whatever the fuck you do or your chains or whatever else. Because half of y'all ain't going to make it. Half of y'all, it's just going to, you know what I'm saying? People sooner or later are going to protest rappers until rappers actually learn that you need to actually have some type of talent and do something with it. Because, like, shit, I grew in the early 2000s, there was not a rapper, even he was crappy, he made a hit. He made at least a few hits and kept it going and keep making hits. Like, that's the whole point. Like, no one is going to sit here and care. You got to be able to not just make hits, but make something that even real niggas did. There is not a Young Jeezy song that didn't just Young Jeezy fucking transcended black and went to white, and his shit was the hardest drug shit ever back then, from what I remember. And then, you know what I'm saying, we had like a lot of the dance craze, but it was just like, it was real. And people don't want to be honest. People want to sit here and tread because they don't want to hear the hate comments. They don't want to hear motherfuckers saying stuff. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my life. I get paid from YouTube. Like, no, bitch. Like me, I'd rather do it like D and Brandon and fucking have a real job and not have to expect YouTube to pay my life. Like, fuck that. Because no, that's not realistic. And at the same time, everyone has to have a backup plan. You got to be able to know how to do it. But it's just like, I feel like I see a lot of these YouTubers and a lot of these people who actually have something, and I feel like they are real in some things, and then then start treading lightly slowly because they're worried about monetization and stuff like that. Who cares? People are still gonna watch you. People are still gonna care. If your ass made a Patreon, not just 10 people would actually send your ass money. Like, you have a personality and you're still a real human being. You don't the money and all this stuff isn't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Who knows if he walks in the street, if people know who he is. Like, that type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they're still humble and they still can actually have a fucking life. That's what most people want to do. They want to still have a normal life but still have fun with YouTube. Like, and that's what I'm trying to do. But people just fucking everywhere, man. But I just wanted to say that because I felt like that shit was just That was stupid. Everybody's sitting here in shock and awe with that dumb shit. No, bitch, we all know. We all know. Okay, but see you guys later. Mo-NaN out.